Number 8, surprising signs of a woman with genuine class. Are you displaying these? Have you ever paused and asked yourself what truly defines a woman of grace? Is it her style, her voice, or the choices she makes when no one is watching? Real class reveals itself in subtle, powerful ways, and often in places we don't expect. By the end, you'll recognize which signs you already embody and hear a special insight reserved for those who stay through. Sign 1. She knows how to pause before responding. There's a quiet strength in a woman who can pause before she speaks. That moment of stillness shows you're not controlled by impulse, but guided by intention. It tells the world that your words matter because they aren't rushed, and your silence has weight because it carries thoughtfulness. So many people rush to defend themselves, to fill the air, or to win a point in conversation. But when you learn to pause, you shift the balance. In a workplace disagreement, taking that breath signals composure rather than panic. In a family dispute, it can soften tension instead of escalating it. Psychologists note that pausing even 3 seconds before replying lowers emotional reactivity and raises how intelligent and capable others perceive you to be. That's not manipulation, it's self-mastery. And when you practice it, respect begins to come to you naturally, without you having to demand it. Ask yourself, in your own conversations, do you allow silence to serve you, or do you rush to fill it? The difference between the two often marks the line between noise and true class. Sign 2. She maintains composure under subtle disrespect. Subtle disrespect doesn't always come as open insults. Sometimes it's the dismissive comment, the interruption that cuts you off mid-sentence, or the condescending tone that implies you're less capable than you are. These moments sting because they're meant to chip away at your dignity without being loud enough for others to call out. The instinctive reaction is either to snap back or to internalize the slight. Both can leave you unsettled. But a woman of genuine class holds her composure. She doesn't let another person's lack of grace push her into losing hers. Instead, she either chooses to address it later with clarity, or she lets their behavior speak louder about them than it ever could about her. Think of the colleague who tries to undermine your contribution during a meeting. If you remain steady, respond calmly, and hold your ground, you turn the spotlight back where it belongs. Research in psychology links this kind of emotional regulation with strong leadership and higher levels of trust. True strength is rarely loud. Sometimes the quiet restraint you show in those moments leaves the deepest and most unforgettable impression. Sign 3. She chooses silence over unnecessary correction. There's a certain temptation to correct every small mistake. A date that's off by a year, a misused word, a detail slightly twisted in a story. Many people jump in because they feel accuracy must always come first. Yet in reality, constant correction can drain energy, shift focus away from connection, and make you seem more controlling than thoughtful. A woman of class recognizes the bigger picture. She knows when accuracy is essential and when it simply isn't. If a friend slightly misstates a story at dinner, what does it cost you to let it pass? Correcting them may win you the battle of details, but it can also chip away at the joy of the moment. Choosing silence here is not about ignorance, it's about wisdom. Harmony is often more valuable than precision in social settings. When you withhold unnecessary correction, you show maturity and respect for the flow of conversation. You protect the energy of the gathering instead of centering yourself. Silence, in these moments, speaks volumes. It tells those around you that you value peace over ego, and that kind of restraint is the hallmark of true class. Sign 4. Her posture reflects calm presence, not tension. Posture is not about striking a flawless pose or holding yourself like a mannequin. It's about how your body quietly communicates your state of mind. Many people carry the weight of stress in their shoulders, slouching as if bracing for the world. Others tighten their stance in subtle defensiveness. Both send signals before a single word is spoken. A woman of genuine class holds herself differently. Her posture is open, grounded, and steady, showing calm presence rather than tension. She doesn't need exaggerated movements or rigid formality. Instead, she allows her body to rest in alignment, signaling that she is both attentive and secure in herself. Science backs this up. Studies in body language show that posture strongly shapes how others perceive confidence and reliability. At a professional gathering, before you even speak, your stance can tell the room whether you're approachable, composed, or uneasy. Think of posture as an outward mirror of inner stability. When you carry yourself with quiet assurance, people feel it. Your calm presence becomes the message, and that message lingers long after words are forgotten. Sign 5. She respects boundaries, hers and others. Class is not only about how you carry yourself in public, but also how you protect your space and honor the space of others. Many people believe that saying yes to everything is the ultimate sign of kindness. In truth, it often leads to resentment, exhaustion, and relationships built on imbalance, rather than respect. A woman of refinement understands that boundaries are not walls, but bridges. She can graciously decline an invitation without guilt, knowing that her no is not rejection, but a way of preserving her energy and dignity. Just as importantly, she honors when someone else sets a limit without pressing or taking offense. Research on relationships consistently shows that respecting personal boundaries leads to healthier, longer-lasting connections built on trust. Saying yes without discernment might win short-term approval, but it doesn't nurture real closeness. Boundaries protect dignity, yours and theirs. They create clarity, reduce misunderstandings, and make every yes you do give far more meaningful. When you live by this, your kindness gains depth, and people come to trust your word because it always carries authenticity. That in itself is a quiet form of class. Sign 6. She avoids gossip without making others feel judged. Gossip often slips into conversations because it feels like easy social glue. People bond over shared stories about someone who isn't in the room, but a woman of class knows that feeding gossip can quickly erode trust, both in herself and in the group. Where many go wrong is in shutting it down too bluntly, which can leave others feeling judged or exposed. True refinement handles it differently. She listens with grace, then gently steers the conversation towards something uplifting or neutral, without scolding or drawing attention to the shift. The elegance lies in redirecting, not condemning. Take a workplace scenario where colleagues begin to chatter about someone absent. Instead of contributing, she might highlight a positive project update or ask a thoughtful question that pivots the energy. This subtle move changes the current without making anyone feel embarrassed. The result is powerful. She becomes known as someone trustworthy, discreet, and safe to be around. And in the long run, people respect not just what she avoids, but how she does it. Because how you redirect a conversation says far more about you than the gossip you decline to repeat. Sign 7. She expresses gratitude in small, specific ways. Gratitude at its core is not about grand gestures. It's about noticing the little things and choosing to acknowledge them with sincerity. Many fall into the habit of giving vague thank yous, quick, generic words that sound polite but don't carry depth. A woman of class does it differently. She pays attention to detail and lets her gratitude reflect that. Instead of simply saying, thanks, she might add, thank you for remembering that detail, or I really appreciate your thoughtfulness. These words may seem small, but they carry weight because they show that you saw, you valued, and you cared. Think of a colleague who remembers your coffee preference or makes sure to copy you on an important email. The class lies not in overlooking their effort, but in specifically naming it. That recognition leaves them feeling seen, respected, and more willing to extend that thoughtfulness again. Science confirms this. Studies show that specific gratitude strengthens social bonds and deepens trust. Small words, spoken with intention, can echo for far longer than we realize. And in that echo, your presence is remembered as gracious and truly refined. Sign 8. She treats service workers with the same dignity as authority figures. True class is most clearly revealed in private interactions, not in public displays meant to impress. One common misconception is that respect should be reserved for those in positions of power or for people who can open doors of opportunity. But real refinement shows itself in how you treat those who serve, assist, or support in ways often overlooked. A woman of class offers the same warmth and patience to a waiter, a cleaner, or an assistant as she would to a CEO. She understands that dignity is not tied to a job title, but to our shared humanity. Consider the stressed barista fumbling an order on a busy morning. Where irritation might be easy, Grace looks like patience, kindness, and understanding. Those moments don't just define how others see you, they shape how you see yourself. Psychologists often note that how we treat those with less power reflects emotional intelligence and empathy. Respect is not situational, it is character. And when you embody that truth, people sense it immediately. They walk away not just remembering your words, but the way your presence made them feel respected, valued, and seen. Bonus point: her elegance is consistent, even when no one is watching. If you're still here, thank you. That alone speaks to your commitment to growth. Real refinement isn't about performing for applause, it's about who you are when nobody's around to notice. Class is found in the quiet, hidden choices: cleaning up after yourself in a shared space, offering kindness to someone who can't return the favor, or keeping your word even when no one would know otherwise. These unseen actions are what give elegance its timeless weight. They don't fade when the spotlight moves away, because they were never about the spotlight to begin with. Integrity is what makes class unshakable, and consistency, choosing to be the same gracious woman in private as you are in public, is the truest mark of authenticity. If you stayed with me until now, I'd love for you to write Grace's Strength in the comments. It will let me know you're part of this circle of women committed to elegance and inner growth. And if this spoke to you, share it with someone who deserves to hear it too. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this video spoke to you, don't forget to like it, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who would value these insights. Your journey of growth and elegance doesn't end here. The next video waiting for you will take it even deeper. Until then, take care, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.